Hello, we are starting chapter 10, and we already did section 10.1, which just deals with radius and diameter. We had done that before. I don't think there's any reason to go back over it. But anyway, we will start section 10.2, which deals with central angles and arcs. So a couple definitions here for us. Central angle. And that's just an angle that's formed inside the circle. The vertex is actually the center of the circle, and sides of the angle are the radius. So central angle, vertex is the center of circle, and sides of the angle are radii. Radii. And then arc is just a portion that's on the circle, or it's just part of the circle. I'm going to do some examples of these. There's our circle. If we have the center right here, then just make an angle. Center, that would also be the vertex. We'll call it V for vertex. This point, call it A. This point, we'll call it B. So a central angle would be like angle AVB. Angle AVB is the central angle. So the vertex needs to be the center of the circle, and then the two sides are radii, or each one is a radius. AV is a radius, VB is a radius. And then an arc is just a portion that's on the circle. Like the distance from A to B, I mean, that would be an arc. We could also have a point here. I'll call it C. That could be, it's just another point on the circle. But anyway, AB, if we're talking about arc AB, you could have it labeled arc AB. And the symbol for this will just be curved symbol, which just indicates that it's an arc. These arcs can be measured in degrees, and the degrees is actually equal to whatever the degree of this angle is. So angle AVB, if angle AVB is 80 degrees, then arc AB would be 80 degrees. If we, if we had other angles than these, they would all add up to total angles around the circle, which would be 360. So I'm going to add another, call that point D. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. If I took measures of all 4 of those angles, they would add up to 360 degrees. All right, so again, we said AB is 80 degrees. All right, and this arc BD, or you could also use angle BVD. Call that 70 degrees. Add those together, we got 150. This angle measure, say that is about 60. We'll call it 50 degrees. If I know 3 of these, then I could add these 3 together and then subtract subtract that from 360 to get this angle measure. So then, all right. VB equals 80 degrees. Angle BVD is 70. Angle DVC that equals 50 degrees. And let's say we need to figure out measure of angle AVC. Well, add these together. 80 plus 70 is 150, plus another 50 degrees is 200. So 360 minus 200, that means AVC needs to equal 160. Alright, so all those angles added together, if we were to do these, it would add up to 360 degrees, and so we've got that already. Alright, now we can talk about arcs. Arc AB, remember, is equal to angle AVB. It's equal to that central angle. So this is also equal to arc AB, AB, which is also, I mean, that's going to be 80 degrees. Arc BD, arc BD is going to be 70. DVC, that's going to be arc DC. DC is going to be 50 degrees. And then arc A to C, AC is equal to angle measure AVC. And that's arc AC. (160 degrees). All right, and if we were to add all those together, I mean, you obviously get 360 again. Okay, we've got a pretty good understanding of what the arcs are. I mean, it's just a portion of the circle that's formed from the central angle. We have major arcs and minor arcs, and just as they sound, I mean, major is going to be bigger, minor is going to be smaller. Minor arc is going to be the smaller portion. I mean, it's going to be less than 180 degrees. AB would be a minor arc. AB is a minor arc. These are all going to be minor arcs. All of them are minor arcs. Alright, major arc then would deal with something that's it's the other side of the minor arc. Major arc would be like ACD. ACD, or you could say even ACB would be a major arc. Okay, that's a major arc. Another major arc would be like BAC. Okay, it's going more than halfway around. BAC would be also a major arc. And notice there's 3 letters in the major arcs, and that you need to have those 3 letters in there just to indicate that you're starting at B, going to A, and then coming over here to C and stopping at C. Same way with ACB. ACB, starting at A, going through C, and then stopping at B. That should, I mean, I think it's fairly intuitive. Okay, those are pretty much everything you would need to know. We talked about central angles. We talked about arcs. Arcs the same measure as the central angles. Major arcs and minor arcs. Minor are just a smaller portion. Major is the larger portion. A major arc needs to have 3 letters in it. I'm going to do a few of the problems on the homework assignments with you, just so you got complete understanding. All right, so it's just, the homework is just one worksheet, and there's not many problems on it. It's 10 problems. I'm going to do maybe half of them. All right, looking at worksheet 47. We have this circle. Center of the circle is C. There's our center C. RU. Alright, and then we have some angle measures in here. This is our right angle, and then we have 60 degrees, 45 degrees. And we could find the other angle measures. I mean, if this is 45 degrees and these two angles form a right angle, which is going to be 90 degrees, therefore, this angle here, RCQ, that has to be 45 degrees also. So I'm just going to put in 45 degrees. This angle RCS, angle RCT, and angle RCU. I mean, if we add those, angle RCU is just going to be a straight line. And so these three angles added together, 45, whatever this is, and 60, that's going to have to add up to 180. So we can figure this angle measure just by adding these two together and subtracting that from 180, because it's going to have a straight line that's formed. So 45 and 60, you have 105. 180 minus 105. 180 minus 105. All right, you're looking at 75 degrees for this. And then we could also figure out this angle measure. This angle and this angle, if we add those together, it'd be 180. This one is 45 degrees. So 180 minus 45. 180 minus 45, there you're looking at 135. So this angle C is 135 degrees. All right, I've got that in there, so then that can help us answer these questions. Number one, measure of angle SCT. All right, SCT, we've done all the hard work. Angle SCT, we already calculated that to 75 degrees. Angle 1 is 75 degrees. Problem number 1. Problem number 2, SCQ. Wait, actually I'm going to do number 3. Number 3, angle SCQ. All right, SCQ. This angle and this angle, well, 45 and 45 is going to be 90, but you can already see there's a right angle symbol in there. 90 degrees. That's 1 and 2. You guys, that's 1 and 3, and you guys can figure out 2 and 4. Looking at number 5. Measure of arc BA. That's a completely different circle, so I will put that up here. All right. Here we are, starting with 5. Going through the center. Oh, I didn't do a good job on these. Anyway, measure of arc BO is 44. BOA. Angle BOA is 44 degrees. 44 degrees. This angle and this angle are vertical angles, so therefore this is going to be 44 degrees. This angle plus this angle would add up to 180. So let's do 180 minus 44. What do we got? 136. This angle would be 136 degrees. This is also a vertical angle to this one, so there's 136 degrees. Okay, looking at problem number 5 then. 5, what is the measure of arc BA? Well, arc BA, if this central angle is 44 degrees, simple, this arc is 44 degrees. 7, measure of arc DC. DC, same as this angle, arc BA. Because this central angle is 44, arc CD is going to be 44 degrees. And then arc BCD. That is a major arc because you have 3 letters in there. BCD going from here to the C to the D. That's our major arc, this portion. BCD, it's this angle plus this angle. That'd be easy, 180 degrees. All right. Well, that takes care of that worksheet. You only have 5 questions to do on your own. If you have questions, email me, text me, either one is fine, or come to the Zoom meeting.